Hello and welcome to the Diva of Lives. This is Carrie. You can find us at divaofdool.com, on Twitter at Diva of DOOL, Facebook page Diva Days of Our Lives, and YouTube Live, Diva of DOOL 541, and Instagram Diva_of_DOOL. So please like, subscribe, follow, share, do all the things, and please hit the button to be notified on YouTube so that way you get a notification when we go live. So we have Jen here tonight
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
and Marianne.
Hey, you can find me at mama_hooch on X. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram.
Anna's here from the Witness Protection Program.
Yes. And you caught me just as I was moving to a new undisclosed location, so very good. Anyway, I I'm at Kazi Hooch on X and Instagram.
Just thinking, considering the way how Dimitri was talking about how he's kidnapped to Alemania but had a chef and all the things, I'm thinking, Anna, you might want to go to Alemania.
I'm thinking that's not a bad idea, but that won't be my next move because that would then be tipping off all the people that are trying to, get me. So that's a terrific idea. I will pass that along to the Salem Cop Shop and let them know. I mean, the very fact that I'm having to trust them with my life is a
Yeah.
little precarious to begin with,
Yeah.
but I'll file that one away. That's an excellent suggestion, especially the chef. I love that idea.
Anna, you might want to talk to Shane, the ISI. I think
That's true.
that's your best
He's
bet.
more. That's a good point. He's definitely more confident.
But Rafe is showing up at Alemania allegedly. You'll have some company.
Wait, what was that?
Rafe is going.
Never mind then. Okay. I'll wait till he's back. I'll put my Rafe tracker on and make sure he's back safe and sound in Salem before I head off there.
All right. Well, we don't have a Kate update this week, and we don't have a too much of a Demira update this week either. So I want to talk about the breaking news behind me, and for some reason, Days of Our Lives decided to fire these four actors: Carson Boatman, um, Raven Bowens. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but I'll say it's Puzemis, and Leo Howard. So it's Chanel, Johnny, Holly, and Tate. So I'm shocked. Well, what did you guys think about the news?
Shocked.
Shocked.
Bad move, asinine move, I think.
Yeah, pissed.
What'd you think?
I don't like it, but it's like, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, I've never really been a Tate and Holly fan. And Johnny, I can probably take a leave, but they need young cast,
Yeah. And don't you think a lot, like, you got legacy characters there? I mean,
Yeah.
Johnny,
Mhm.
Tate, Johnny is the Brady and Demira. Tate has, John Black and the Bradys.
And
Holly.
Kyriakis.
But yeah,
And
and
Holly was
Holly's
born.
Kyriakis.
Yeah, Holly was born on screen too. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought they were I've just been hearing or heard something to the effect that they thought that there were other couples that are more popular. And I'm there, who? There
who?
There isn't any other
Alex and
couples right now.
Stephanie?
Alex and Stephanie. Who else is really together? They can't make up their minds who to put together. Like they're trying all these different.
Well,
Yeah.
the veteran couples, that's one thing, but like
The veteran couples are together, yeah.
but kind of what worries me
Patch.
is
An
the
egg.
umbrella stories with those couples, encompass all of their parents and grandparents and, so on. So like, for example, with the baby story, I was the most invested in that story.
Mhm.
Not because some of the characters don't annoy me, but I just found that as it grew as an umbrella story and everything, it just became really I became emotionally drawn into it. And so if you think about it, that involved Tate, Ollie, and Sophia's families. It involved, which was mostly legacy people except for Sophia's. But like as it grew, I mean, Brady got to be a dad and actually act like a dad. I mean, now Rachel is having to, but they're going to be recasting her too. But I don't know. Marley, when you think of the ones that they're connected to, they're all connected to people that are important to to us in the show. And so, and you think about Chanel, there's Paulina, there's, I don't know who all is going to be affected by all this, but, it just makes me wonder, like, are they going to, how, I don't know. I'm just not happy about it. And yeah, I get tired of some of the whininess of Holly and all that. But at the same time, I don't know, she's still connected to other characters and stuff. And it's not like in the old days of Young People when you had Maya, Mia, remember Kate would be like Mia, Maya, whatever. People like that. At least I think they've grown into pretty good actors. And then you've got, Ari was now part of that college, that part. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, you've got you've got some college environment, but not like the touch my thighs BS of old, There was just more substance, I think, to their stories. And I guess I've grown attached to the actors as well. And so and this was a shock, I think, too. This was not like something that was well known was going to happen. So I'm just really questioning their judgment about this move. I just think, fine, I don't mind. I like Robert Scott Wilson. I really like him, like his work. I don't dislike the actress who plays Stephanie right now. It's just there's a lot of them and it gets a little old with all the mushy whatever crap. Not that I don't like them, but just they can't be the only youngish sort of 30s.
Yeah. And they're even older
couple.
than these ones
they're
here.
like
A little older.
but but then it's like, you're right. Like, who are the
other couples
and
that
then
are supposed to be more popular?
Plus the fact that Johnny and Chanel, they have, this legacy
I thought they were
family
very
connection.
popular.
Yeah,
I thought they were very popular.
And if you think about all the people that are connected to them, between the Demiras and the Bradys, and then the Carvers and the Prices, and like Lonnie and Eli, and their Hortons, and to me, it just, I hope that they revisit this idea. I really do.
Yeah, because I don't think they're recasting. I didn't hear about a recast. It's just like,
I just think I hope they I hope it's one of those things where they're focusing on some other story.
Must be another
But I'm
storyline.
not. Are they getting a lot of are they getting a lot of negative feedback online? Because I haven't really looked there. Have they got?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Johnny and Chanel are a popular couple.
No.
Yeah.
I meant, are
Oh.
people reacting negatively towards the show?
Yeah.
Like, are people complaining about it?
There's a lot of people that are just as shocked as we are. Yes.
Yes.
That I've been saying. Yeah, I've been seeing.
And it's sad because then, we're invested in their stories and the characters, and then in the relationships with all the other characters that are associated with them. And then we're now supposed to know for the next 9 months or whatever, or 8 months or however long it is now.
That's the thing. Yes.
And then, I don't know, I'm just pissed. I'm just like, "Rah."
If you're going to get rid of somebody, get rid of Theo, because it's so much. Just that he's not.
Yeah.
The way I don't know. If it's supposed to be, maybe it's supposed to be his autism. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't care for him. And now they're bringing on new actors, Jeremy and Liam, and now this guy, what's his name? Owen or something, for Stephanie. Like, why are we're getting rid of like really good characters and actors and bringing these people on? I don't know.
Yeah, and what was the point? Days for Lies was the one who announced the firings. Why did they do this 9 or 10 months in advance? That's weird,
Yeah,
And
they usually don't. It's usually longer when somebody leaves. You know what I mean? They don't do it right away.
right.
They're losing
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah,
Recasting.
and they recasted half the Hernandez family. So I don't understand that. So you recasted Ari, I don't know why. Javi, we know he left. And hold on, bring Jen back on. Jen must have gotten frozen up.
It says reconnecting on my end. Okay.
Yeah. So
We have a lot of recasts going on.
Yeah. So I just don't understand why. And then we do have useless characters like Jeremy Horton, who's not doing anything. Yeah, well, which, I mean, there's no point in having him at all, other than he's just throwing off the storyline on who the actual
Yeah.
stalker is.
Yeah, the red
Yeah.
herring.
And we already know that because of spoilers. We already know it's not Jeremy.
Yeah. But yeah, he'd be probably oh yeah, and Liam, he's not good at all. And I don't
Yeah.
see
Who
that
cares?
storyline at all. Yeah, I don't care.
Out of respect for Wayne Northrup,
Yeah.
I want to give him a chance, but he doesn't need to be like a whole umbrella story either, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be.
But still.
I think it would be nice for him to have a larger role to see, you know, him grow and
Yeah.
develop. But you're right. As of now, it's not a very compelling story at all. But I don't know. I'm willing to give him a shot if they write something good for him. But yeah, these other and I'm just like, what's the purpose? Okay, so maybe you have a big cast, but it's not like you're using everybody constantly. Now, if they were rotating them out for a short period of time, you know, a lot of times we say goodbye and then they're back, but still it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's dumb. It's bad
Yeah.
judgment.
I mean, they could have just taken him off contract.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm really invested still in, you know, Johnny and Chanel's new family life. And, you know, yeah,
Mhm.
we know that there's always going to be obstacles and all that coming up. But I mean, I just, and, you know, and I just think there's a lot of places for all those characters to go. I don't think they've painted any of them into a corner where they can't, you know,
No. I can't.
grow and develop. And I definitely don't want it to be the dim and dimmer story. I mean, I don't know, because I was invested in Javi and Leo, and so
Yeah.
I don't
And I
really
like
care
this
about
actor that plays
dim
Javi.
guy. He can, I mean, you know, the guy was the character was a jerk before. You know, we
Mhm.
forget he
Yeah.
was a jerk. And
Yeah.
that's when Leo was a jerk too. But I thought
Mhm.
those scenes were good where he's like, I've changed. I've gone to therapy. I've worked on myself.
Yep.
I'm a different person, you know. And I just see no connection with those two at all. So maybe Javi leaving is because they're going to bring in that other actor. I don't know. If it's always the dim and I shouldn't say dim and dimmer. No, because Leo's not dim, but dim and Leo. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so this week started with Dimitri kissing Leo,
Ugh.
and then Dimitri sees Javi out in Horton Town Square and rubs it in his face.
I thought Javi should have decked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shit move.
Yeah, so
Dimitri can
yeah.
go.
well, I like the actor. I don't mind the character. The hair, though, he has some.
Yeah,
He's a
It's
romance novel guy. That's
Yeah.
what I think
I
of
was-
every time I see him. Yeah.
keep thinking he reminds me of that Ted Bundy movie, that made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
He has hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind men with hair like that. I don't mind. I mean, it's fine in my opinion, but to me, he had like a more distinguished look before, like a more slick, more, you know.
more J-ish.
And this
Yeah.
makes me feel like he's the brunette Fabio or something from
Yep.
I don't know.
Yes,
I
exactly.
just, I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know if they're just trying to emphasize how much Leo loves Javi by making him seem overly attractive. I don't know, but it's just that whole story is rubbing me wrong right now. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
think them thinking Gwen did the kidnapping, the red herring? I don't think it's Gwen.
Didn't Gwen and EJ talk about it though? I thought there was a conversation somewhere about they knew where
They
Dimitri
said
was.
at
Yeah.
one point they intimated that they'd killed him, basically. Like, well, you know,
he was
we
go-
know he's not coming back around. You know, wink, wink. We know
Okay.
we took care
I
of
thought
him.
there was something.
So they did, and they not so many words hint that they knew where he was or they knew what had happened to him. They didn't make it clear
Could
what
have
that
been a red
was.
herring too. Yeah.
But who knows? But Vivian could have been involved. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, that's what they're
The fact
thinking.
that he
Vivian
came-
and Peter
The
Blake.
fact that he came back when he did
Yeah.
seems like Gwen was controlling that, but I don't.
Yeah, and Gwen was all worried. They making us think? You know, you could tell she was waiting for him. She was
But
waiting
then when
for
Leo was saying goodbye to her, he was saying, well, it's cool how when you went to ruin my life, you basically ruined yours too.
basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I'm thinking she should be smarter than that.
Yeah. I mean, I like her and Dimitri when they go at it. They're good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Threatening each other. You know, he's going to get his money back and come after her.
Like, why wouldn't she move the money though? Why would she? I
I
mean,
know.
it's a joint account. I mean, technically he can't lock her out of it, but still though, yeah, I would have moved that. I started my own account and rolled it over, put it in the Cayman Islands or something. But yeah, so, but I mean, if she screwed herself bad, then she's stupid, you know. But it was funny though, because Leo wanted her to kidnap Dimitri again. I thought that was great. So, you know what's funny though? Rafe went over to interrogate Dimitri because the camera feed from the crypt was going to Alameda.
Alamania.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny because Rafe's like he just didn't give two shits at all whatsoever whether or not Dimitri was kidnapped. He just didn't care. He cared more about the Demira the kidnappings.
Do you think it could be Lawrence?
No, I'm stay dead, please.
I think
know.
I know.
I think Vivian could be behind it too, because
Yeah.
we know Stefan is probably alive. Like, you know, they're
Yeah.
making it think he's dead. And of course that would be, you know, Stefan would get the money if all the other Demirs were dead, you know. Like maybe
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't know about it, but maybe that it was Vivian working with Peter Blake. I don't know. I'm sure Peter Blake isn't dead either.
Oh, no, Peter's not
No.
dead. I mean, I always hated Lawrence, but with my luck, it be him. I was a Bo and Carly fan.
I
So you're
just
Bo
never
and Carly.
When Kelker Kelly played Bo, I liked him and Carly together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Peter Reckle and Kristen Alfonso.
That's what I get, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not Lawrence.
Me too. I
Yeah.
never could stand him.
There was nothing likable about that character at all.
No.
Marianne, you want to discuss Xander and Sarah this week and what they were up to?
Okay. Hence my picture back there, in case anyone doesn't know. That is supposed to be a royal ass. And that's what Sarah is accusing or called Xander. She found out that Xander fired Brady. So she comes steaming in with her screaming at Xander, like, why did you do this and all that, you know, and more or less, you know, trying to defend Brady and like, why did you do that to his dad's company, you know, fire him from his dad's company. And he's trying to tell her that, well, he wasn't, you know, living up to
par.
what he's, up to par, and things weren't done on time. And she said, you're acting like a royal ass. And he said, yeah, I know I am. I mean, Xander admits it, but he more or less turned it around on her and more or less called her, she's one too. And she gets all like, oh, what do you mean? And we all know she's just as bad for all the stuff that she did to him, you know. So he did bring up that part of the reason was because of Brady and, you know, flaunting out with Brady. And so they just had this really knockdown, drag out fight. It was fun to watch. I always like those two. And, you know, Xander was losing his temper, but he kept it in check. You know, she left then, but yeah, he called her out on it, you know, but at least he admits it, but she doesn't, you know, like she didn't do anything wrong. So
Sarah's just like her mother.
yeah, Maggie. Yeah. Maggie's wrong there too. Although we all know, you know, Xander's wrong too in firing Brady, but then he did Brady a favor. Like Brady said, Brady's fine with it because he's ready to leave anyway. So
yeah, I mean, it looked like Brady pushed Xander's buttons on purpose. Because I mean, Xander fired him as soon as he brought up Sarah. That's when Xander fired him. And I do have a little bit of sympathy for Xander because it looks like he's the only one who works at that damn company.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brady's never there. Philip is always like hanging out with Gabby. He's never there. I don't even know what Phil does, to be honest with you. But
yeah, he has been working. And I still don't get the idea he's not allowed to see Victoria at all.
Yeah,
that annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't see how that. I mean, if she's worried about his temper and everything, okay, well then make sure you have visitation. Because not only in that situation, you're hurting the child too, I think. She's not growing up with her father, which, you know, that's not right for her either. You know, he didn't do anything to her.
Nope.
I don't know.
And
you know, they're the end game anyway, I think. I mean, now if they fire them, I know they're really popular. So I don't know.
Oh, you know what will break loose?
Although they did, I mean, Lindsay did leave. I think she left there for a while for personal reasons too, but then she came back. But I think he gets in the promos. Did it show him getting with Gwen? Xander and Gwen for a while? Weren't they in bed?
I thought that was the spoiler, yeah, that they get together.
Yeah, I think that'll be coming up. Because then I guess they're trying, like, have you noticed they're just trying all these different couples? You know, Jada and Theo and Philip and Gabby. But I don't know Ari. I don't know who they're. Sometimes I think it was Theo with her too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of pointed out that she's like single. Like, I don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Which is hard to believe.
I still want Jada and Sean.
I think
I
there's
thought that
spoilers
was
about
coming
that
up.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Good.
Yeah, I don't see Jada and Theo at all.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Well, did he wake up in the hospital having dreamt about Gabby and himself?
Okay, yeah, Gabby and Theo. That's another combination. Yeah. Yeah. He's dreaming about Gabby.
She's too old for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
She seems like she cares for him, though. She came to see him in the hospital and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah.
She has any other type of feelings for him or not. I don't know. She seems to really I like her and Philip together. I didn't think I would. I thought that was a strange combination, but seems to work.
Yeah. So the other couple, Stephanie and Alex, Stephanie was working on their engagement announcement, and Steve didn't want them to put it out there because he found Sans Fan 69. He says on the dark web. I think he's just talking about Reddit. That's where all the weirdo people go anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't seen some strange shit on Reddit, but
Strange stories.
so yeah, on one of the threads, someone took a picture of Stephanie Alex like that morning or the day before or something like that in the square. Yeah, so that's creepy. Like no one. See, the first thought in my mind I was like, well, there's cameras. There has to be cameras in the square. Like, can't you zoom around and see, who was there at the same time they were in the square? I mean,
You would think.
basically
You
every
would think.
That's what they do.
Yeah, every business at least has their front door, a camera on their front door. I don't know. Yes, and they're finally get the police involved. Yep. Yeah, and I was just thinking, this storyline has been going on since October. Like, let's wrap this shit up.
Yep.
Yeah. Find out who it is. Yeah.
But they're throwing so many red herrings out there. I mean, they were throwing out Joy. So we don't.
Yes, but
we don't
here
know.
Joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, and then the Owen rumor's been out for a while, and then Jada and Stephanie brought up Bobby Everett this week too.
Yeah.
So, which I would love it to be him.
Yes, Blake.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, he might not be dead either. Nobody's dead.
No, you can't kill off Blake Barris. He just comes back.
Weren't Stephanie and EJ together at one time?
Stephanie, no. Abby and EJ, right?
Yeah, I thought Stephanie was with Philip. I was meaning to look that up, but she was acting like this is her first engagement. But I remember seeing Shelley Henning in a wedding dress. I thought it was Philip.
Well, did she know EJ? Because weren't they both race car drivers way back in the day?
But they were never together.
But I don't know if they were ever involved. But yeah, but she was, and so was EJ, I think, when he first came on.
Yeah, when she had red hair.
Yeah, I'm actually going to look it up. I know that character has to have been engaged or married at one point.
Stephanie married? Oh, okay. I don't remember.
I remember seeing her in a wedding dress.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look it up some other time. But I could have sworn, it's just her acting like it was the first engagement. I know that was not her first engagement. I thought it was funny that when she was talking about she wanted basically Instagram pictures and them to reenact the engagement.
Like, really?
People do that. Usually, though, for Instagram, usually people get a friend when the engagement's going to be to capture the picture for them. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think anything else happened with those ones. And then we have Leo and Xander. Now, this cracked me up. And it's so funny because Dr. Gregory kept talking about boundaries always. Yeah. And I've been saying, since Elena quit the hospital, she needed to put boundaries on her patients. And what happened? Leo and Xander show up at the same time knocking on her door. And she wasn't there.
She wasn't home. So they went out for a drink together.
Yeah.
And cried on each other's shoulder. That was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Roman
There's
needs
been
to
a
have
lot of
like a
Leo
jar
this
that
week.
they all put their keys in.
Thing is, why didn't they both call her first?
Well, they never call her.
No,
That's
they
true.
always, yeah.
They just show up. And I thought it was funny too. Leo said something like they needed like 3 days notice to see her. It's like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
She never had that.
I think he was implying that she was trying to institute that rule, but that
Yeah.
boundary, but he doesn't ever listen to it.
No one else does
She al-
either.
And she always makes time for him, so she doesn't follow her advice.
Yeah, and they're
Which
friends.
explains why Marlena's whole family is totally effed up. The psychiatrist said
Basic.
the dentist kids have the rotten teeth, and the cobbler's kids have the holy shoes or whatever. The psychiatrist has no boundaries.
Yeah, so they went drinking at the pub, and then Xander ended up leaving, and then Chad shows up, and Chad and Leo had a talk.
Yeah. I like that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. Because they couldn't stand each other at one time, because of Sonny and Will and
Yeah.
Chad being their best friend and stuff. Yeah. And he always had this crush on Chad. I think he had a crush on Xander, too. He always brings it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He still
Yeah,
has a
him
crush on
and
Xander.
Xander, yeah, he's still, yeah.
Line during the hall when they were in front of Marlena's door, and he's like to Xander, he's like, "You're one of her patients. You're one of her patients too." And he said, "Yeah. What's up? What of it, or whatever?" And he's like, "Well, that just sent your sex appeal up 1,000%."
Yeah. It's like, I didn't know that.
Yes, and they discussed, and that's coming up this week. We have the child custody hearing. So, Leah did bring that up. Oh, and he admitted too that he loves Javi, but he still has this attraction to Dimitri.
I don't know why.
Dimitri needs to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see what the chemistry with this new actor playing Javi, if it's the same
Yeah.
with Leo.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised Leo didn't. Yeah, I mean, he
That
didn't
makes
mention polyamory a little bit, but I was thinking, I'm surprised he didn't, bring up a throuple between the three of them.
Yeah.
I think he did say something about being
Yeah,
polyamorous, or that would work for today or something like that.
yeah. So, I don't watch Sister Wives, but holy shit, that show's a shit show. You guys ever watch
That's it.
Sister Wives?
I can't. I can't.
No,
Oh,
it's creepy. No.
There's this total psycho ramen noodle haired guy. He first came on, he had like 3 wives and maybe gained a 4th wife, and now everybody dumped him except for the 4th wife. The 4th wife's
They're all
pissed because now and she's pissed because now she has him 24/7, and she only really wanted him part time.
That's
Yeah.
freaking hilarious.
And
I saw like in People magazine or something, maybe his first wife, didn't one of their sons, didn't they have a son that committed suicide in real life or something
yeah,
like that?
it wasn't the first wife. It
Oh,
was,
okay.
it was
I don't know because
yeah.
I don't watch it, but I just happen to remember something about that.
Yeah, he's an awful, awful person. But it always cracks me up when people think, "Oh, it's so great," and it's like, yeah, look at these Mormons over here. It doesn't work out that great. Rafe and Kat kind of split up, and Rafe went to talk to Dimitri, and Kat was hanging out with Gwen. And I kind of felt bad for Gwen because I thought
Yeah.
Gwen thought she had a real friend, and Kat's just using her for information.
Well, Gwen has
I think Gwen might be the winner of the week just because she actually got 2 friends this week, even though one's kind of fake-ish. Yeah, so I don't even remember what happened with Kat and Gwen. I think they were just talking. I wrote this down because I caught this. Holly and Ari were going through the wedding presents, and they said Gwen got them European knives, and that cracked my ass up. She got them knives.
The better to stab you in the back with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant gift. That was genius. Yes. So, Kristen was actually still in the hospital at the beginning of the week, and she talked Sarah into letting her out, and she went to see Rachel. So you may want to talk about what happened at Bayview this week. There was a lot of Bayview stuff going on.
the doctor. The doctor, I think, is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the advice she
Yes.
gave to Brady.
Yeah.
Set those boundaries. There's a word again. Set those
Boundaries.
boundaries. Yeah, because he never had any boundaries before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and at first he
I'm
thought.
sorry that
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
that place has no boundaries.
Oh, yeah,
No.
right. Really, they have no security. They're nothing. Place. Yeah, and it sounded at first to Brady like, should they get back with, should he get back with Kristen? He says that's never going to happen, and that's not what she meant. But yeah, and
Yeah, like she wants Brady to tell Rachel, yeah, Brady and Kristen are never going to get back together, and she
but
needs to
he's
not
been telling her
interfere in
that.
his. Yeah, he has. He's been pretty consistent with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So Rachel and Brady Kristen and Brady were at the Bayview, and Rachel told him to go check out her artwork in another room while she stole money from Brady's wallet because Sophia came in earlier and said she wanted to buy a cell phone. So yeah, so they decided to steal money off of Brady.
But that didn't
And
last
Brady
long.
didn't.
Yeah, he
Go ahead.
smart. Brady had got some brains there because they were going to get
Yeah.
pizza. Him and Tate, and he's in his wallet, and all his cash is gone because I just went to the ATM now. Then he remembered, of course, right before that, the only place he was at, and he
Bayview.
remembers leaving Rachel alone. So then he went and confronted Rachel. So I guess that was too easy though for Brady. That was just like
Yeah.
a no-brainer there. But Brady figured it out, and he went and accused her, and then Sophia was standing there but didn't say anything. And then somebody came after that, right? Did somebody? Then what?
Jeremy came in.
Oh, then Jeremy came. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and she told the
There were
doctor
actually some good scenes with them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was telling the doctor that, did Sophia talk to you? And she said, well, no, she wrote it down. So the doctor wanted to see those notes. Well, let me see those notes. I ate them, she said. Then she did end up eating the notes later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she wrote down.
Yeah, and yeah, again, the 18-year-old girl should not be best friends with a 10-year-old girl, and
Psych ward.
yes, yeah, thank you. I was
Well,
trying to
she
think of
must
the
be
right
coming
word
from
for it.
another section because they kept saying that the adolescent ward. Well, Sophia shouldn't even be there in that end of that wing.
Right, she's weird.
So somehow she's coming probably from another part of the hospital or Bayview, to her. Like nobody ever catches her, Of course, she's pretty sneaky and
No one-
manipulative too. So
Yeah, and no one hears her talking.
no,
Yeah, and I still don't understand Sophia's motivation for staying in the mental ward. I still don't get it.
no. You'd think she'd want to get out and get revenge somehow.
Yeah.
I still think she's going to go after
Yeah, I
Johnny
mean,
and
the whole-
Chanel. So.
Yeah, oh, especially Johnny and Chanel. Yeah, Chanel got a clean bill of health, and she had pains, last week, and they're like, she's fine. They didn't even really say what it was. He just said she was fine. She wasn't miscarrying and sent her home.
And it was nice that Johnny told her while they were there, hey, listen, it's not that I didn't want the baby, and I'm sorry I got you upset about all this. It's just I just love you and I don't want to lose you. And she said, well, they tell me that the odds are, very good that everything will be okay. And he's like, well, in the best of circumstances, there's always a risk, but it just seems like our risk is a lot higher. And so that's why I was just scared, to lose you, the possibility of losing you. So anyway, I thought that was good that he kind of circled back on that one and made that clear to her.
Yeah, their conversations about it were just awkward, and they were not speaking correctly to each other.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
other one was jumping to conclusions, and
Yeah. They do much better when they're communicating, when things come back around. But isn't that the truth in life, right? Half our problems probably wouldn't exist if we did it right the first time, right?
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't have a show.
That's true.
Really?
If people didn't, if top secret
problems.
moles didn't have conversations about their secret side life as a spy or an analyst, right in the middle of the lobby of the hospital, we wouldn't have a story to tell, would we?
Yeah.
She's like the cat's talking
Can't
in the
be
middle of
happy all
the
the
lobby,
time.
and I'm just like, good
Yep.
grief, the number of times people have overheard something, and you're over there talking to your partner that nobody even knows is your spy partner, you know. Anyway.
Not yet.
How do you think her brother's going to feel when he realizes eventually that she was using him too?
Jeez.
Yeah, at the end of the week, she was trying to get Mark to let her into the secret room, and she even tried to record him putting in the passcode, and she got 3 out of the 4 numbers, and she told Rafe, and Rafe's like, "Well, we need the 4th number." He wasn't that impressed.
I was going to say, if there's only
like
4
horseshoes.
numbers, Rafe,
You
that
need all
doesn't leave
4.
really within 9 chances, within 9 tries, you're going to have it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, he wasn't impressed at all. And I'm thinking, well, if there's, like you said, if there's only four digits, you just do whatever she said plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. So that was,
well, she's doing better than Rafe is. Rafe ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, Rafe's all excited about learning about something that everyone in the audience knew like weeks ago. I can't remember what it was. It had something to do with, he was talking to Kat about something. He was like, oh yeah, and I learned that, you know, at the gala, you know, EJ and what's her name?
Gwen
were talking, you know, they were talking about a delivery and all. I'm like, haven't we known this for weeks now? I'm like,
yeah,
anyway,
Leo and
like,
Johnny
Rafe, you're
figured
way
it out.
behind. Keep up.
Yeah. Leo's finding out more than them.
Yeah, but I
Leo's
mean, Rafe's just
investigating.
now learning this stuff. I mean, wherever he learned it, it doesn't matter. It's just like, okay, he's just now figuring this out or finding this out. And, you know, does that mean, I guess that means Leo's ahead of him on some of, you know, it's just kind of fun.
Everyone's ahead of him.
Yeah, as usual.
Yes, well, I think you'll be okay in Alamania. Even if Rafe shows up, he's not going to notice you're there.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gwen and Kristen did have a good time at the mansion. Even though I watched the episode again today, I can't remember what the hell they were talking about. I mean, they were talking about EJ, yeah. Yeah, it was odd. It kind of seemed like Gwen was kind of defending him a little bit, but yeah, Kristen was not happy with him at all. I thought this was odd too. Ari was going to go back to small bar with her fake ID, and Holly was smart enough to say no, which I thought was because if she got caught, she would be expelled.
Yeah, it's already
She's
in
still on
trouble.
probation. And they're going to rush a sorority. So I know. I hate sororities. I think they're so
I don't really.
Although those two seem like they would
if you're
be in a
rushing a sorority,
sorority.
then you're going to need more college girls on the show besides the 2 we have right now.
Yeah.
Please.
Plus, then if they get into all that, then I hope it doesn't turn into like a Touch My Thighs Part 2 kind of thing. Yeah. I don't really need to see all of that. I mean, they have enough drama with the relationships that they have, and you know
so she ended up hanging out with Tate, and Tate said he actually is acing his classes he's taken in January, and they decided to go bowling. But I thought it was cute that the name of the bowling alley is called Alley Cats, and I thought that was cute.
Aww. That is cute.
So, and speaking of Ari, while she was going to go to the bar, she spies Sophia in the square. Well, she thinks it's Sophia. She's not sure.
Yeah.
Sophia's got a hoodie on. Yeah. So I guess we'll see if she squeals or not. And then we had Liam took his son Gage to the free clinic. And Sarah treated Gage for strep throat, and then she kept pushing Liam about his condom, but he wouldn't let her touch it. He got in the end when he tried to rob Kat.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and he wouldn't let her touch his hand and examine it. So anything else this week? And does anybody have a diva of the week?
We had
Sarah.
Maggie. Yes, Sarah's my diva, but yes, Julie and Maggie.
I'm thinking
come over to see Julie.
Gwen put the knives, but also
Gwen.
Sophia. What do you think? Yeah,
I only picked Sarah because of her screeching and her high, But
I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought of it specifically this week. But so what? Okay, I haven't seen the scenes yet with Kristen and Gwen. But did Kristen come off as a bit of a diva with regard to her anger towards EJ at all? Or was it not that kind of like, woe
You could
is
even say
me?
I
Leo
don't think it
too.
was that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, for her, she was actually tame.
What's
You could
what?
say
She
Leo
was
too.
what?
Say for her, she was kind of tame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she was.
Yeah, I can't think of one this week.
Yeah, there wasn't. No one's really jumping out. So were you guys were thinking Sarah?
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Gwen. What were you thinking, Marianne?
I was thinking Sarah. You could also say Leo too, the way he was acting.
Who?
Leo.
You cut out.
Leo.
Marianne, is your mic on?
Leo? Yeah, I could see Leo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Leah did
Honest.
want Dimitri kidnapped, so
Yeah.
But I'd
Yeah.
pick Sarah,
I
I
can
think.
honestly see Dim as well because he was so mean with Javi.
okay. All right, okay. All right, you won me over. Dimitri.
Yeah.
You got me right there. Dimitri's a diva.
Yeah, he was being a shit.
Yeah.
Complete jerk.
And Friday's episode, Javi finds out his father needs bypass surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's planning on leaving town to go take care of his dad. And he runs into Johnny, I think, and they decide to move up the christening so he would be there next week.
Yeah.
Before he left. So I'm assuming that's the end of Javi. Then I guess he's going to be leaving then after this.
Aw.
I'm thinking that he'll be away
Yeah.
for a while and then the new one will
That's
come
a
back.
bummer.
It's usually what they
I'm
do.
glad that the actor has a new gig and all, and that turned out to be a good thing for him. But he's really good.
Yeah. What's he gonna be on?
Those
I don't know.
primetime shows, like one of the like Chicago something or one of those that NBC has. I think I don't watch any of them, so I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't fired from Days. He quit. He
Yeah,
had that. Like,
Yeah,
he
was
had an
lined up, yeah.
opportunity that came up. Yeah, kind of like the same with Rachel, the girl that plays Rachel.
Yeah.
She's got a new gigs too. So we lost Marianne.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna wrap this up anyway. So the spoilers for next week, we have the christening, and we also have Jack and Jennifer and Chad and mediation. And it also looks like Gwen throws a drink at. Yeah.
There
so,
she is.
Oh, Mary, there she is.
She's
I don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah. I got bumped off too before.
I lost my ass. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Or what?
My background
You're
changed.
okay. You're
What?
back.
I didn't reconnect with it. Just
Honey, your ass. I was like, what the heck is she talking about? Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Well.
Carrie was just wrapping us up.
Yes. Yeah, spoilers next week. We have the christening. We have the custody hearing for the kids. And then looks like Gwen throws a drink on Dimitri at the pub. So anything else? Anybody hear anything else going on? Okay, we cover anything we were missing.
I think we got everything.
yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. More football this week, and we're not going to talk about that game that happened last Monday night. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah. That was sad. That was sad for y'all.
That was the worst.
But there
So
was a
horrible.
silver lining. There's a silver lining though,
There were
right?
more Tomlin. Yeah.
Take your mediocre
Somebody's going to pick
standard
him up.
someplace else. The standard is the standard. You don't live up to the standard anymore. Bye-bye. See you
Yeah.
later.
There you go.
There was a meme out there about the Steelers waiting to hear about a new head coach, and it showed like the yellow smoke coming out of the AccuSure
Yeah.
state.
Like the Pope.
Once you see
Like,
the
oh,
yellow,
that's
you're like the Pope. Once you see the yellow smoke,
That's
gold
funny.
smoke. We haven't seen it yet, I guess. We don't know yet.
No.
Yeah.
No new coach yet.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. I knew that the second I saw that news, I was like, I know some people who are celebrating.
Yeah.
It was bad. It wasn't just Tomlin. They were
Yes.
just all bad.
Yeah.
Definitely just bad. Rodgers was bad. It's time to retire. Goodbye. And they need a quarterback.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
All right.
Ladies.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Take
We'll
care,
see
everybody.
everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
Goodbye.
next week.
Bye.
I hope my connection
Bye.
from Alamania will